So, it is time to sweat out the stress. Have any of you felt that overwhelming feeling of your heart racing so fast, you feel sick to your stomach, and that everything around you is falling apart? This is your typical panic attack that some people have to experience almost every day of their life. So, how many of you have experienced this feeling? Panic attacks can hit at any moment, sometimes for no reason at all. We can all agree that we have felt this feeling sometime in our lives. Some of you might think that you've never experienced this feeling before. Anxiety is all different symptoms that people don't even recognize. At one point of our lives, we've all felt that terrible feeling of not being able to catch our breaths or shaking, trembling out of fear or nervousness. Most of us have felt that before taking a test or final for a class or going to a social event where we might not know that many people there. We have all shared that overwhelming feeling and agree that is a terrible, terrible feeling. I've recently become interested in the field of mental health. I've experienced anxiety myself and I've dealt with many issues for that, and I'm very passionate helping those that have experienced anxiety issues as well. I've done an immense amount of research on how to lower anxiety levels. One way to lower anxiety is exercising. I exercise daily and truly see a difference in myself. Exercising gets me out there and gets me into a state of mind where I don't think about anything that is going on in my life that is causing me stress. All I'm focusing on is exercising, and when I go for a run outside, gives me just at least 20 to 30 minutes a day just to forget about whatever is stressing me out in life. And I think this is the best way to lower your anxiety. So, what is anxiety? What do we feel when we encounter anxiety? According to Tim Newton, generalized anxiety disorder affects about 6.8 million people in the United States. How many times have you heard the term anxiety? How many times have we overlooked the term as just a feeling or just not a real issue? There are many different forms of anxiety. There's social anxiety, OCD, panic disorder, and PTSD. Anxiety is just more than a feeling. It is a disorder that can take over someone's life and completely take over their happiness to make them feel hopelessness or honestly just take out people around them as well. Some people believe that they can manage their anxiety, but by trying to keep themselves overly busy or distracted, said Dr. Tucker in her article about 5 mistakes people make when dealing with their anxiety. Tucker tells us how ignoring their anxiety can lead to further and more intense disorders. Some of you listening now may have ignored this issue before that has caused you anxiety. This can even cause you to have more panic attacks in the future, and it is wanting you to believe that you don't have an issue or that there's nothing wrong. It is just one panic attack, but that one panic attack can lead to many more in your life if you don't come to terms with it. And for example, if you suddenly feel anxious in a crowd and you start criticizing your friend or partner, whoever's with you, for abandoning you when you need them the most, feeling like a failure, they withdraw themselves from you. This leads you feeling even more abandoned and anxious than ever before. We take our anger out on our loved ones for getting so anxious over small things in our life because we feel vulnerable when this happens. It is okay to be brave enough to come to terms with it and share how you're feeling and saying, I am feeling anxious about this. I am nervous about this. I'm nervous about going to class today. It is okay to feel nervous about these small things, but when you overcome them, they become huge victories in your day-to-day life. It is okay to get extra support from your loved ones around you instead of just kicking them out of your life and basically lashing out on them. I think we can all agree that we've experienced something like this, just even if it was just minor, or most of you have probably experienced a bigger issue like this. And when we start to feel this way and start to experience a little type of anxiety, we start to ask ourselves, what am I worried about right now? What have I been thinking about that makes me nervous or scared? Am I trying to avoid something? Am I feeling like I'm in danger? With anxiety, there's no right answer. It's a handful of things that make us feel panic or nervous at times. But there is an easy way to ease your mind with these questions. Instead of stressing over why this is happening, you can start to get out there and really put an end to these questions and say, this is what makes me feel better. This is what puts the stressors away in my life. So, there have been many studies to fix or lower anxiety. One of the best ways to help anxiety is to start exercising. There are many different ways to relieve your stress by exercising. Quote from Ben Michaels, a clinical psychology, really stuck out to me. The body is the mind and the mind is the body. When you take care of yourself, you are helping the whole system. So with this quote, I really learned that taking care of ourselves first can really improve everyone's mental health. Thinking of yourself first and putting yourself before others is the way to live your life. Even though some of you might think this is selfish, it's okay to be selfish when it comes to your own mental health. You can't make the others around you happy if you aren't happy yourself with the person you are and the body that you're in. Just putting yourself first can truly increase your mental health and can make you happier every single day. These are the few examples of what exercises you can do. Yoga is a great option for a nice relaxing setting to relieve your stress. Studies have shown that aerobic exercising such as running, cycling, swimming can be associated for better psychological health overall. There are some important tips to remember when starting your exercise plan. First, don't overdo it. Remember that exercise can be fun and it should be improving your mood and anxiety. It should not be causing more psychological stress. Know that your motivation can change at certain moments. Every day we know that we either wake up with this great emotion to get up and do something great today, or sometimes you're just not feeling it, and that's okay. It can help to change your routine a little bit or find new exercises altogether. For example, if you're getting bored on the treadmill at the local gym, maybe just try going for a walk in the park or joining a hiking group. And it is very important to keep experimenting. If you're struggling to stick with one exercise first thing in the morning, try exercising in the afternoon or at night. If you discover that you dread going to the gym, maybe just exercise outside, even if it's just a 20-minute walk. Anything can really, really help this situation. And remember that exercising should be improving your health, not causing more stress in your life. So you can try to envision yourself and what is the best option for you. According to Katrina Starr, there are differences you feel after you exercise regularly. One is a natural mood boost. Exercising also increases endorphins. Your body feels good chemicals, giving your mood a natural boost. Physical activity can boost your confidence. Exercise helps you lose weight, tone your body, and maintain a healthy glow and a smile. When you like what you see on the outside, then you start to love yourself on the inside. Going for a walk or run in nature can give you a good natural distraction from the stressors in your life. Physical activity can take your mind off of your problems and either redirect it in an activity at hand or get you into that zen-like state. Going to the gym or park, you can increase your social interactions as well. Sometimes when we have anxiety, we like to just sit alone at home or just really isolate ourselves. So whether you join a gym or exercise class or softball league, we are really allowing ourselves to talk to other people, hang out with other people that have the same interests in us and that maybe are going through the same things, which can really induce your social interactions as well. Mental health professionals actually prescribe physical activity as a part of treatment to certain mental illnesses such as anxiety, and exercise can even relieve those symptoms of depression as tiredness, tension, anger, and hopelessness. So with all the problems in the world and all the things that we stress about, there's one way to fix that, is sweating it out. Exercising is just one way to take a break from your overwhelming life and truly enjoying yourself. Getting out there for just 30 minutes a day can make all the difference in the world. You can learn to love yourself again and to love the body that you are in. Once you have obtained your doctor's approval and recommendations, you will want to decide on an exercise program that fits right for you. Do you want to take a class? Can it be helpful to hire a trainer that will motivate you every single day? Or do you prefer just going by yourself on a walk but listening to your favorite music? Maybe that can motivate you to listen to a favorite album that gets you in your happy state. The key to sticking with a program to find something that is enjoying to you. Who knows, exercising can be the next big thing to improve everyone's mental health and happiness as a whole. Take care of yourself and love yourself, and to remember to always reach out to your loved ones and your doctors for emotional support when you're starting this new step in your life. And I hope this really helps everyone, and I hope you remember to love yourself, and thank you for being a terrific audience.